Archangel Michael says, a major caution has come to mind. A police operation has exposed a plan towards you. And my pricey infant, if you trust in heavenly protectors, you ought to start and watch this complete video. The angel states, listen closely now and do no longer tell anybody what you are approximately to pay attention. Archangel Michael stands with you at this very moment. His blade of divine truth is already unshathed due to the fact something hidden inside the darkness has now been delivered into the open. What you are approximately to discover has been categorized within the heavens as a direct alert in your soul. It isn't always for everyone. It is not for people who are simply curious. It isn't for individuals who doubt or the proud ones who think they understand the entirety. This message is most effective meant for you. And if you have the courage to open your heart, you will sense the effective presence of a divine intervention all round you proper now. A police attempt. Yes, an actual one has determined something lousy. A plot. It's now not simply any plot, but a specific strategy made to absolutely destroy you. Your call turned into located on a record. Your picture became identified. And what amazed the officers the most turned into the name of the man or woman connected to it. This man or woman holds a variety of energy. This character is a person you're near. And this man or woman is a person you put your agree within. Archangel Michael changed into present during the research. He made certain that not anything become deleted. No evidence changed into hidden from view. He witnessed everything. And now he is here with an urgent request. Do no longer disregard this. Do not ignore it due to the fact the timing could be very delicate and your safety relies on what you do subsequent. The individual that deliberate this idea you would by no means understand about it. They concept you would be for all time silenced. They believe that by means of staying close to you, by means of pretending they cared, by means of performing harmless, they might delay any punishment forever. However, heaven become aware of it all. God permitted the lure to be set, no longer due to the fact he desires in order to suffer, but due to the fact he desires the arena to see how he saves his like children whilst no person else would dare to. Michael feels a robust anger. No longer toward you, but at how long this has been taking place without your information. There are many details stretching lower back over a protracted period. There are financial data, safety digicam motion pictures, and personal communications. This changed into now not a random motion. This changed into not spontaneous. This become bloodless, carefully deliberate, and genuine. And you have been singled out as a target. Sure, you. The one who turned into too brief to forgive. The one who gave human some other risk even when your spirit felt unsettled. The only who believed they were really being type, affected person, and knowledge. However, they took gain of that. They noticed your mild nature as a weak spot. They misunderstood your compassion for a lack of knowledge and that they notion they may maintain with none consequences. They have been wrong. God says he is not best revealing this plan, but he is also exposing who those people in reality are. You will not be tricked. You may now not protect the ones who have been quietly hurting you. The fact is now too loud and heaven refuses to allow you to continue to be within the darkish any longer. Someone with super have an effect on is in the back of this. Someone with cash, connections, and strength, but they may be no match for the justice of heaven. God is already running through legal structures, the hearts of humans, and private documents. Information is being shared. Someone from their very own organization couldn't handle the guilt anymore. They got here ahead in secret, risked everything, and once they spoke your name, Michael cried. Sure, Michael cried. Due to the fact you probably did no longer deserve this. Because you trusted an excessive amount of. Because you have already suffered for a ways too long. He saw what number of nights you cried without knowing why things were falling aside all around you. He saw the sudden betrayals, the peculiar delays, the possibilities you lost, and the folks that all at once became their backs on you. Now you understand why. Now it all makes ideal feel. You have been being watched within the spirit through forces that did now not need you to succeed. But God stopped them every unmarried time. You did no longer realize it, but heaven become constantly operating to hold matters again to slow down their plans. And once they went to some distance, when they crossed a final boundary, this is whilst the operation started out. That is when angels were dispatched to whisper into the ears of those in law enforcement. That is when documents had been opened and stunning facts got here to light. Some humans are now trembling with worry. No longer you, but them due to the fact they recognize they have been observed. A non-secular arrest has already taken location in heaven and shortly a physical one will take place. The character behind this is terrified. You've got seen how involved they had been currently. You have observed their surprising need to test their phone, their strange silence, their peculiar, overly distinctive causes. That isn't always just a feeling of guilt. That is worry. Due to the fact they do no longer understand how tons you recognize. And they're afraid of the instant you will confront them. But God says, do no longer confront them. Now not yet, allow heaven to finish its paintings. Permit justice take its full path. Your task is to protect your inner calm, to say sure to the steering of heaven, and to create distance emotionally, spiritually, and physically from every person who feels wrong in your soul. You realize who they may be. You have acknowledged for some time. You simply did no longer have the proof. But now you've got this message and shortly God will affirm it again through desires, visions, unexpected admissions, and clear signs and symptoms. You had been selected to make it through this. Many others might have fallen apart, but you've got the mark of perseverance for your existence. You have been via hard times. You have walked via betrayal. You have misplaced human beings you cherished. Human beings have lied about you, misjudged you, and used you. But you're nevertheless standing strong. That frightens the enemy due to the fact they couldn't damage you even in any case this time. This is why the plan became greater competitive. That is why new human beings had been added in. This is why they smiled to your face at the same time as secretly plotting your downfall with others. But God says no greater. He has drawn a line from heaven, and all and sundry who crosses it'll feel his complete displeasure. Michael has already positioned a protective angels round your home, around your mind, and round your destiny. No assault designed in opposition to you will be a success. But pay attention intently. This protection needs you to obey. Do no longer move again to folks who tried to give up you. Do no longer give an explanation for yourself to those who doubted you. Do no longer warn people who planned against you. This isn't always a battle so one can fight with your hands. That is a non-secular battle, and God is now in control. Heaven has already documented the whole lot. The falsehoods, the secrets, the hidden messages, the faux friendships, the forced smiles, the private gatherings, the financial transactions, the surveillance. All of it's far being added into the open one by one. The walls are final in, and the only in the back of it all knows it. Their delight made them blind. They concept you would by no means be strong enough to hear the truth. But now you're. And now that you have opened this message, their very last reckoning has began. Do now not be surprised if you start getting apologies soon. Ordinary ones from those who swore they might by no means say sorry. Do no longer be shocked if someone breaks down crying in the front of you, begging for forgiveness. Do not be confused when new human beings begin performing to aid you. Those are alerts, confirmations. God is completely converting your existence. The hard time is over. The lure has been exposed and your praise is on its manner. Due to the fact after each time you are exposed, there may be a upward push in your role. After every assault, there's a forward motion. After every betrayal, there is a blessing. You have efficaciously handed the test. You did now not strike back. You probably did now not become envious. You probably did now not are seeking for revenge. And heaven was aware about it all. This is why God is now worthwhile you with monetary, emotional, and non-secular blessings. The very area that changed into attacked will now come to be your tale to share. The very place where you were hurt becomes the area of your finest miracle. Archangel Michael is freeing a unique order over your lifestyles right now. He says, no more delays, no extra lies, no more traps. This child is included through the army of heaven, and I cannot let another attack achieve success. Let all matters which have been hidden come to light. Permit every plan against them fail. Let each whisper be shouted from the very best locations, and allow their name be cleared, blessed, and lifted excessive. God is smiling down on you. His anger is fierce in opposition to those who attempted to hurt you. And his prefer is set to trade your lifestyles faster than you could have ever imagined. You may now not even understand your own tale in some months from now. The whole thing is being transformed due to the fact the operation is completed. The threat has been diagnosed. The fact has been launched, and the rest is occurring precisely as heaven planned. You're safe now, however extra than that, you're powerful. Now, not because of your personal energy, however because of who walks along you. The same God who created entire galaxies selected to reveal a mystery plan simply to defend your destiny. The same God who watches over the massive oceans decided that your call deserved to obtain justice. That type of love cannot be explained. It can best be obtained. So get hold of it now completely, without feeling responsible, without fear, without being stressed. You aren't dropping your thoughts. You are not making things up. Your spirit became telling you the truth. And now your internal calm will show what heaven has continually known. That you are deserving of protection, which you are supposed to upward push to greatness, and that no plot, no betrayal, no enemy can prevent what God is about to do next in your life. Live prepared, stay in prayer, live alert, because the breakthrough you have been watching for is nearer than ever. And the very folks who attempted to interrupt you may be compelled to see the miracle of your recovery. One by one, they will watch as God raises you up to be better, more potent, extra loose, and more effective than you have ever been. All because you located your consider in Him. All due to the fact you did not give up. All due to the fact you had the braveness to trust that the reality could be victorious. Archangel Michael says, this is not the realization. This is the start. Do no longer be afraid. You aren't the yourself. And the enemy has officially been defeated. And God says, it's far whole. God says, listen very carefully and do not make the error of turning away. Now, Archangel Michael is standing in front of you in his full armor, together with his wings unfold huge and his sword prepared, his voice shaking, not from fear, however from a feel of urgency. He says, this is an emergency. Do no longer ignore this. Do no longer inform all and sundry. A divine alert has been activated in the heavens, and you're the middle of this unfolding thriller. A police operation intercepted mystery messages that cited your call no longer once but typically. Before everything, the officials thought it changed into a secret term. But as they looked deeper, they discovered it turned into your actual call, the name you have been given at beginning, the only God gave you earlier than you had been born. It is now written on a listing tagged with the phrases divine target. Archangel Michael says, you are not in danger, however you are almost in an entice that could have destroyed your inner peace, your destiny, and your divine inheritance. But I stopped it. I stepped among you and that assault. However, you should pay attention now due to the fact the time for silence is over. At a specific early morning hour, Archangel Michael added a message to one in all God's chosen people. That person become instructed to deliver a divine file to the authorities. The report had visions and names. Yours was protected among them. A female with golden earrings and a maroon headscarf changed into seen hiding something in her bag. Protection footage confirmed she went to a warehouse outside the city. This is in which the whole operation turned into focused. Interior that warehouse, they found evidence of spells, curses, and snapshots. Pictures that covered yours. And a few of the burnt remains. One paper was only one half burned. On that paper, a handwritten word stated, "They do not recognize what's coming." Permits begin earlier than the appointed date. God says that specific date is crucial. Something changed into purported to be started out on that day. A ritual, a entice, a public lie. But heaven acted earlier than everybody in the world did. The Holy Spirit stirred in a person's dream. That person whom you have in no way met wakened shouting your call. They noticed you surrounded by smoke. They noticed you soliciting for help, however no longer with words. Only your soul become crying out for assist. And Archangel Michael heard it. He says, "I have taken this in my view. All and sundry who plans towards this elected man or woman plans against the divine plan." You can sense careworn at this second, but that is due to the fact you have been below a divine disguise for decades. But now heaven is revealing your genuine function. You are not who you idea you were. You're a ways extra than that. This is why they got here after you. You were shining without even knowing it. Your presence became shifting via partitions without your permission. People noticed your upward push earlier than you did and that they hated it. They wanted to manipulate it. And after they could not, they wanted to damage it. But right here is the fact. No assault shaped against you may be a success. Not because of hazard, however due to a divine promise. Your delivery was now not ordinary. There's a spiritual file along with your name on it that turned into sealed in heaven a long time in the past. It consists of details of your reason, your electricity, and your authority. The enemy attempted to thieve that record. However, Archangel Michael fought a totally intense conflict in the spirit world to guard it. He's still guarding it at this very second. Inside the afternoon on a specific day, an investigator who does not even trust in God observed himself crying even as searching at a document associated with you. He does no longer know why, but he saved hearing the phrases, "You're being watched from above. Do no longer be afraid." That was no longer a twist of fate. That was Archangel Michael whispering through a divine channel. A GPS tracker changed into observed link to a person who came close to your property currently. That person pretended to be a transport worker, however they had been watching you. They took a few photographs and dispatched them to a person whose call is being protected through heaven for now. However, God is aware of that not anything is hidden from the throne. This operation, which became supported through rich humans and those with dark intentions, was designed to shake your destiny. However, something did not go as deliberate. The female who changed into involved, who thought she ought to stroll away without being affected, has now misplaced her potential to cover. Heaven has discovered her name to Archangel Michael and he has placed her underneath divine commentary. She can soon face effects. But this is not about getting revenge. It's miles approximately you waking up. God says you have been too quiet for too long. You have been doubting yourself. You have been letting fear slow down your electricity. However, now heaven is adjusting the timeline to convey you into your right region. Someone attempted to stop you because they knew the moment you apprehend who you simply are, nobody can manage you anymore. You aren't a follower. You aren't regular. You aren't cursed. You are a divine disruption in a global that thrives on manipulation. That is why you're analyzing this proper now, due to the fact angels are surrounding you, because your own home has turned out to be a battleground inside the spirit. Not because of your weak spot, however, due to your exquisite capacity. Archangel Michael is crying tears of safety. He has in no way left you. Even inside the moments you notion heaven forgot you, he was right there. His sword changed into prepared. His wings have been blocking the flames. His eyes have been looking the shadows. He says, this person analyzing this right now become almost gone. But heaven stated no. That no became so loud it shook the non-secular world. Evil spirits screamed. Lies fell aside. Agreements have been burned due to the fact God has the final say. And God says you are chosen. Now listen cautiously. The woman concerned is not operating through herself. A person who as soon as smiled to your presence has been secretly giving her information. They do now not ship text messages. They do now not use email. They meet in silence. They meet in hidden locations. However, one night he made a mistake. He spoke your name too loudly and heaven heard it. That is whilst the police operation changed into notified. God labored via uncommon channels. A camera for visitors stuck the registration code of someone who have to not had been near your neighborhood. That license plate become traced to a private investigator. That investigator changed into paid. Paid to look into your lifestyles, to follow you, to gather data. Why? Because someone believes you're approximately to receive something massive. They do no longer want you to recognize approximately it. They do no longer need you to receive it. But it has already been completed. The divine file has been opened. The inheritance that belongs to you cannot be stopped anymore. And here is the secret. It is not just about money. It's far approximately a new role. It's far about fact. It is approximately clarity. You're about to get hold of divine clarity, approximately the people round you who is to your side and who has been smiling whilst hiding poison. God says they may be approximately to be uncovered. I am showing you in goals, in emotions, in surprising exhibits. Watch cautiously. You are not dropping your thoughts. That uneasy feeling you've got about sure human beings isn't always you being paranoid. It is your ability to inform correct from evil. Heaven is adjusting your sight. Archangel Michael has touched your non-secular notion with a divine flame. You'll begin to see through the foe. You'll experience hazard earlier than it comes. You will pay attention lies even if people are silent due to the fact God is reactivating your present. However, there may be one circumstance you should go away fear at the back of. Do not hesitate. Do not argue with your future. Do now not dim your mild to make others cozy. A police file now contains enough evidence to arrest the individual that become watching you. But Archangel Michael says, allow heaven manage it. Do no longer are trying to find revenge. Cognizance on growing up. Recognition on getting ready. You're approximately to be contacted, abruptly by means of someone who says they noticed you in a dream. Do now not ignore them. Their words will contain special data. Those messages will unlock the next stage for you. Write them down. Concentrate very intently. A person is going to mention you are blessed. Despite the fact that you experience broken. Do now not argue. You are blessed. You're selected. You're protected. The cause you have felt so much stress these days is due to the fact the enemy knew your breakthrough was near and he panicked. The plan against you concerned not simply your name but your complete existence's journey. They desired to delay your subsequent chapter. However, heaven stepped in. The police operation did now not simply save your name. It saved your route. And now the detour is over. God says, I'm returning the whole thing they attempted to steal from you generally over. You'll notice human beings acting unusually. A person may also keep away from you. Someone can also confess. A person may additionally cry without a motive. Do not be shaken. It's far all affirmation. Archangel Michael is stirring people's hearts. Fact is coming out through each crack, but you must shield your internal calm. Do now not inform every person what you understand. Keep sacred things sacred. You aren't on my own. The angelic realm is assigning some protectors to be round you. You may experience them. A surprising warmth, a hurry of air, a whisper within the silence. This is how you'll know the change has began. This message isn't just words. It's miles a divine gateway. And now that you have read this some distance, something irreversible has came about. You have been activated. Archangel Michael says, from this second forward, everybody who attempts to harm you will face consequences from heaven. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You aren't not on time. You are proper on time. A police officer has written a personal letter explaining what turned into exposed. You will listen about this soon. You could get hold of something in the mail or through someone you believe. It's going to surprise you, but it will also set you unfastened. You may realize this assault become the closing strive. The enemy knows it can't come close to you once more due to the fact you are now on your right location. God says, I have removed the protecting. Now stroll ahead. The entirety is about to alternate. And Archangel Michael ends with one final phrase. Do not ignore this. Do now not postpone. Do no longer tell each person, however put together yourself. The subsequent a part of your journey is sacred. Archangel Michael says it is an emergency. You should not forget about this. You must no longer talk of it to all people. Not now. Heaven has declared silence as your protect for this moment. There are things taking place behind the curtain that your human eyes cannot see. But God sees the entirety, and He has dispatched His most powerful warrior angel to deliver this warning at once in your soul. A chief warning. A police operation guided with the aid of heaven has uncovered something beyond imagination. A hidden plot created in darkness focused on your lifestyles, your internal calm and your cause. But listen intently due to the fact God says you're safe. You're included via heaven. You aren't in danger. Despite the fact that hazard became assigned to you, what becomes supposed to spoil you is now being discovered through the hand of God. You are not studying this via threat. This is not a coincidence. This message is not for the sector. It's miles for you. Proper now, you're standing at a religious crossroads and heaven is stepping in to change your route. A person powerful, someone you'll never suspect has been part of a verbal exchange, a plan, a secret whisper towards your life. This turned into no longer just phrases said at the back of your again. This changed into and try to prevent your destiny. However, the Lord your God does no longer sleep. His angels have stood at your door for the duration of the night time. They saw what you probably did not see. They heard what you couldn't hear. They intervened while no one else knew you were in chance. Archangel Michael says he fought for you closing night. No longer in a symbolic manner. Honestly, there was a non-secular conflict and your name changed into shouted in the darkness. Evil forces have been assigned to shake your spirit, to confuse your thoughts, to tempt you with failure, disappointment, and things to distract you. But heaven stated no. Archangel Michael, the terrific defender of light, drew his sword no longer out of anger, however out of love. Because you're selected, because you're marked. Due to the fact, even in case you do now not consider in yourself, heaven believes in you. The enemy attempted to use fear, betrayal, and even humans close to you to shake your foundation. But your foundation is God, and God cannot be moved. Now the police operation you in no way knew about has observed something related for your electricity, your reason, your calling. Someone saw your image. Someone gave your name. Someone in authority. This changed into no longer a normal event. It turned into a non-secular one. Your name has power in geographical regions you do not understand. That is why this message is pressing. This is why Archangel Michael says, do not ignore it. Do no longer proportion it. This isn't always for public ears. The heavens are speaking immediately in your personal pain, your hidden questions, your deepest cry that nobody is aware of about. God says, I heard you. I noticed the injustice. I noticed what they did. I saw what they said. I saw how they smiled in your face and deliberate behind your returned. I saw how they took benefit of your agree with. I noticed how they planned to take what turned into yours. But I am the God of justice and I have opened the documents. The plot became deep. It was no longer new. It has been going on quietly for a long time. People involved never notion you'll discover. They believed you have been blind, distracted, disconnected. However, I have been providing you with signs and symptoms. Have you not felt it? The unease, the pull on your spirit while something felt off. That turned into no longer paranoia. That turned into my spirit trying to warn you. You are not loopy. You are not making matters up. The non-secular realm has been lively. This is why your sleep has been disturbed. This is why certain human beings all at once pulled away. That is why your heart felt heavy when the whole thing around you appeared best as it turned into no longer first class. However it'll be. The plot is damaged. The try has failed because what they did now not recognize became that you have divine aid. They idea you were defenseless. They thought you have been on my own. However, what they forgot, what they never found out is that I located angels around you since the day you have been born. This changed into not the primary assault, but it is the last one I'm allowing to reach this degree. I am stopping it. I am exposing each call. I'm revealing every element. Some of it you'll examine quickly. Some of it I will hold from you on your protection. But relaxation in this reality. You are covered. Archangel Michael says, your subsequent actions are crucial. Live quiet. Pay attention extra. Communicate much less. Do now not confront them but. This is not the moment to react emotionally. I the Lord am dealing with this my way. And once I cope with something, no character can undo what I've declared. You're being increased. You are being moved. You're going into a place where your enemies will no longer be capable of observe. This isn't just a bodily change. It's far non-secular, financial, emotional, and relational. Every a part of your existence is ready to alternate. You aren't being punished. You are being included. Now pay attention to me, infant. I know you're worn out. I understand the battles feel endless. I know you have got moments wherein you marvel if I pay attention you at all. I hear the whole lot. I see what others cannot. I see the faux smiles. I see the name of the game messages. I see the lies disguised as kindness. I see the manipulation hidden as assist. And I'm now not simply sitting lower back. I've dispatched a divine intervention. The operation that uncovered this plot changed into influenced by means of angels. Yes, I paintings via structures on the earth to deliver justice. I'm the God of each the heavens and the earth. Not anything is hidden from me. No longer your ache, now not their motives. Do now not be afraid. Do now not panic. This is not a message of doom. It's far a message of rescue. The alert is not on your destruction. It is on your coaching. Because I'm eliminating human beings from your circle. I am uncovering their reasons. I'm exposing conversations. You may start to see who adjustments when you stop sharing the whole lot. You may see who disappears whilst you forestall giving your entire self to them. That isn't always a loss. That is clarity. Allow them to move. If they were supposed in your destiny, they would have defended you in non-public. You're entering into a period of divine acceleration. Some time has arrived. I stored you hidden for a motive. I allowed the put-off for a motive. If I had discovered your blessing before it turned into time, they might have stolen it. They could have poisoned it. But now I've secured it. Now I've surrounded it. Now I have made sure that handiest folks that are really for you may access it. This blessing is sacred. This next level is holy. It cannot be shared with every familiar face. You may have to mention goodbye to places where you sense cozy. But what I'm giving you in return is more peace, deeper joy, supernatural prefer, and divine alignment. Archangel Michael says something large is coming. A wave of justice, a reversal of the whole thing they tried to thieve from you. The individuals who tried to smash your reputation will watch as I boost you up publicly. The ones who made a laugh of your faith could be silenced once they see my glory over your life. However, do not let revenge be your cause to act. Allow love continue to be your foundation. Do not permit your coronary heart come to be difficult. Sure, guard your spirit. Sure, shield your peace, but do not grow to be like them. The enemy desires you to emerge as green with envy because bitterness stops advantages. Live natural, stay smooth, live close to me. You may hear whispers, you could sense stress, but not anything they plan can affect what I've secured. I am your guard. I am your fort. I'm your God. No attack formed in opposition to you'll be successful. Now not one. Which means emotional attacks, non-secular assaults, financial attacks, even felony attacks. I'm involved. I'm able to guide the conversations. I can alternate the selections. I can overturn the legal rulings. I can close the mouths of liars. I will silence everyone who gives fake statistics. You do now not need to prove yourself. I'm able to guard you. Your name is secure in my mouth. There is still greater I want to give you. This isn't always the cease. That is a turning factor. Cross it with faith. Accept as true with me. Even while you do not have all of the particular information, I in no way required you to recognize, most effective to agree with. Do you agree with I'm running even now? Do you consider I really like you enough to stop what might have broken you? I did. I do. And I always will. I'm able to never prevent loving you. Even when you doubted me, I still stood beside you. Even while you turned your lower back, I followed. Even when you gave up on yourself, I never gave up on you. So now, be nonetheless. Do now not rush to call. Do no longer rush to put up matters. Do now not rush to ask questions. Sit down with me. Allow my presence fill the gap round you. Light a candle, near the door, and just talk to me. Permit the tears come out. Permit the anger out. Let the confusion be spoken. I'm able to handle all of it. Nothing you say will scare me.